knocking teams out every Sunday. Fire in our eyes, can't stop our drive. Hit so hard, remind you of 85. We the Bears, monsters of the Midway. Knocking teams out every Sunday. Fire in our eyes, can't stop our drive. Hit so hard, remind you of 85.
Take a real Chicago, you can smell it in the air. There's a hungry team called Soldier Field going nuts, jumping out their chair. Teams rather be anywhere but here. We don't care if it's below zero. Better tougher for the snow, we still gon' break holes. If we win the point flip, we choosing to kick. Cause we got a defense that love to hit. Polarized the link with our smash mouth beats. Slicing up teams like Mike Singletary. Forever repping the seat, making Papa Bear proud. Giving Chicago something to shout about.
We the Bears, monsters of the Midway.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Panda and Grizzly Show. I'm Brian the Grizzly here. Wanted to talk about Hard Knocks. We all got that. The episode actually dropped on time. There was no problems tonight, unlike last week. And I gotta say, this is probably my favorite episode of the entire season so far. After last week's kind of snooze fest without anything really happening, we got banger after banger after banger after banger, one after another. So I thought that was so very cool. I was really enjoying this episode. So we saw Caleb Williams talking ball with Matt Eberflus from the beginning. We saw a lot of Ryan Poles today. The idea that they actually showed him talking about this trade was awesome. And then, of course, we saw the Bengals, the Bears practice and talked about a couple of players. And it was interesting. So we said that let's kind of dive a little bit deeper into it. So I want to focus on the Caleb and Eberflus kind of like connection, seeing them actually break down the play and seeing how well Caleb was able to articulate what was going on. So I really enjoyed that part. What's up, Grant Hill? Yeah, man. So Caleb they're going over a actual play during the game from last week with the Bills. They are breaking down, talking about the coverage, how it's going from basically single high safety going to two man immediately, and him breaking it down, showing how he's doing the play action fake, getting his head around, outrunning the defensive end, and how good Cole Kmet was able to break his flag route out and to the outside, and him getting the ball on time. It was a beautiful throw. It was really on the run, and he was doing a great job with that and explaining why he was doing what he was doing and be able to see the same thing the coach was seeing. So that was an interesting kind of breakdown into insight into what he's looking at. And then they did it again when he went from single high safety to two man, and him making the throw and knowing, or actually him making the run up the middle, because when you have two man, basically it's almost like the cover two where everyone's man, but also your backers are dropping further back, so you're able to split right in between, and the softest part of the defense is right up the middle. So he was able to take the ball and run up the middle. He was able to explain why he chose that route. I thought that was excellent football. So for a football show to show excellent football is stupendous. And the explanation of how they're both able to do it, Eberflus having the defensive coordinator kind of chops with him, and then Caleb being able to explain, even though he's coming as a rookie, explain why he's doing stuff or what's changing with the play, what he's looking for from his receivers. That was very impressive. I was always worried about Caleb as someone who can transition into the NFL game, and he seems to understand why he does what he does. So that's always good when you're dealing with a player who doesn't just do stuff, not just a great athlete, but actually understands why they're doing it, how they're able to break those things down. So that was very impressive overall for me. Then it kind of went into the idea that the Bears were in the Matt Judon trade, and seeing Poles actually trying to negotiate, matching what the Atlanta Falcons were asking for that third round pick, and then not getting chosen, and also putting a caveat in that the only way I'm going to go and do these things is if we're going to have a contract already signed. It doesn't make any sense for me to give you a 3rd round pick if I don't have someone who's going to be there for the long haul. You know, he's 32 years old, so I need to make sure we have this contract already signed and ready to go. I thought that was a really good thought process. And then they said something like this. So we all know that they drafted a very good. It seems to be a very good player in the 5th round of this draft, right? So we saw Austin how what he's been doing, and from this draft. But what they gave up was a 2025 4th rounder. So what they said is comparing that to this trade. So they want us to give a 3rd round, but for whatever for this player, Matt Judon, but we don't even know how many years we're gonna get of him, and we gave up a 4th round for 4 years of our rookie. So that is kind of how they're balancing those things out. And I thought that was really cool to see. I mean, is Austin Booker going to be worth, more than Matt Judon being signed to this player this time, especially after the bicep injury. So he stuck to his guns and he didn't get Matt Judon, but he was in the hunt. He was talking to the team. He was looking to add that player. And it seemed like the teams that thought that they were going to get it. So I thought that was a very cool insight overall. Then we kind of went into the joint practice with the Bengals. Seeing the defense flying around was just impressive. Seeing Jalen Johnson be Jalen Johnson is awesome. So, and they're doing all this without Brisker, really. So Brisker hasn't even been on the field as much. He's just returning to practice this week. And it seems like he'll be ready. We have almost 3 weeks before a real game comes out. But seeing the defense just dominate and player after player doing what they're supposed to be doing, making plays, making tackles, not missing, hitting exactly where they need to hit and wrapping up. That was very cool. And seeing that against offense and a quarterback who's thought to be Joe Burrow top 5. Last year he was thought about to be the 2nd best quarterback in the entire league. And seeing that against him really makes me realize what we're going to get with this defense. I think this defense is going to be special, very special. The joint practice showed more that we saw what happened in the game, but that joint practice part was really impressive. And seeing the first team really get after them and how massive Montez Sweat is and how much of a motor that we have a Booker, and just thinking about how good it really could be, because they didn't even talk about how good our linebackers really are. And we just flow into the ball and they're just dominating that part of the practice. And I thought that was awesome to see and just fun to watch, seeing them flying around. And then the idea that we might have a decent offense. They were actually able to do some really good things with Caleb Williams. I mean, he made some mistakes. He check downs, slipping, and saw DJ Moore slip a little bit. We were all worried about that, but he seemed like he was fine to be able to walk off the field. Keenan Allen catching everything. That makes me feel so good knowing Keenan Allen is going to be out there doing great things. What up, Danny? So Keenan Allen was just being everywhere, and that makes me really feel like if you guys doing fantasy football, Keenan Allen needs to be someone that you are looking for, especially if you could get him somewhere late in the 7th round, 8th round of your draft. Look to pick him up, because I think he's going to have another season when he has over 100 catches, and he is definitely the outlet for Caleb Williams a lot of times. What's the hashtag I need to put in for this shirt? So on the video for our Dynasty Pylon, our 400 subscriber giveaway, I believe it's hashtag defense, but you need to look at the video. Just type in Dynasty Pylon 400 subscriber giveaway and you can see it. I will see if I can actually pull it up real quick and show you exactly what I mean, because we are doing, since we did have a 400 subscriber, that we're doing our own jersey giveaway. Let me put that up real quick, and then I'll get back to breaking down overall the episode. Let's see. Get it on here right now. All right. It's only 2 minutes long, so I'm gonna play it real quick and just share it with you guys if you don't mind. Then we'll get right back to this episode. All right, share. And here we go. Hey guys, we hit 400 subscribers. We got the jersey giveaway. We have to get it going. But any sound. Let's try that one more time. Hey guys, we hit 400 subscribers. We got the jersey giveaway. We have to get it going. Videos time. So Mark, can you tell us about the jersey giveaway? Tell us what's going on.
So yeah, every time we hit 100.
All right, so that is how you win it all. You do like and subscribe, hashtag defense, and that puts you in the running. Everyone who does that, we'll do the giveaway. I believe we'll do it next Wednesday, and we'll get it made. You tell us which one, which jersey we want to use, and we'll get it made and get it right out to you guys. So that's once again hashtag defense on that video. Like and subscribe, and we're good to go. That's what we'll be doing. All right, getting back to Hard Knocks. So after the joint practice, we saw. So you couldn't hear anything. Well, that was so. Just like, subscribe, hit hashtag defense on that video, and it should be good to go. I'll cut that out real quick. Actually, after that, we saw the Saturday's preseason game. Saw Caleb getting ready and getting warmed up, which is really cool. I think he did a good job going out there. And then we also saw Caleb not do well for those first three series. We saw them go 3 and out. We saw him missing throws after he just said, "I don't get nervous." This was the first time in playing in Soldier Field. So that, I mean, it's only natural that he does that happens. Him pretending like, I'm never getting nervous. It's never a problem. But yeah, it does happen. He did. I'm glad Matt Eberflus made a decision that they only had 13 offensive plays after the field goal. To send the number one offense back out there because they need to have something going. And then it seemed like Caleb was able, once they had this audio thing for this helmet fixed, which they made it almost seem like that was the problem with the whole play calling and getting everything in. They did that, and then all of a sudden, Caleb was able to go out there and make a couple of throws. And versus the end around Rome Dunze, and then we all saw that beautiful throw, to Rome, right over the guy's outstretched hand. What was interesting about that play was that Rome was beating him in every aspect of the route. So, like, no matter if he was going outside, everything he cut it up. Then it was like a little 3 out and up, and then no matter what he did, he was always better than the guy, the defender, and he caught the ball so beautifully and got up there. Then the next throw we saw to Rome Dunze, you understand why Rome didn't understand him being out of bounds. I saw the way that, because usually the end zone is totally shaded in, so you will know that you're standing outside. So he didn't know he was on the wrong side of the outside because he saw the outside outline. So he didn't get that, even though we all thought it was a touchdown. But then he was able to go back out, reverse pivot out, had Tevin Jenkins in front of him, and able to run the ball in. I thought they showed a lot of good views of the actual play. I thought that was really, really smart. I thought they showed enough to really enjoy the moment. And it seemed like that was a big moment for even Caleb, because that was his first NFL touchdown in the stadium. He took the ball, he held on to it the entire time. So showing that he actually meant a lot to him. Then we saw Tyson Bagent. Of course, we knew we were going to get an episode when we were talking about his father being the world arm wrestling champion. That was very cool to see. He had a lot of personality. 80 people. He had to drop $8,000 on a preseason game. He had to buy them for $100 a piece. They weren't going to give it to him. He still had to pay all that money for it. So that was funny. But and then him throw 2 touchdowns. Bajan throwing 2 touchdowns was good. To Dante Pettis, I believe both of those touchdowns were. That was awesome for everyone that came in there trying to come see him do. And then once again, we talked about how good the defense was, just dominating. And then they also kind of really did a really good insight into Torrey Taylor, our 4th round pick, that we picked a punter in the 4th round. And really kind of got to know him. He said he was basically just working in Australia, not knowing exactly what he was going to do with his life. And then all of a sudden, they went through a camp. They're going to show him how to take Australian football kicking to the NFL punting. And within a few months, he had a full ride offer from Iowa. And then while he was at Iowa, I remember this, everyone else to remember, he was probably Iowa's best player. Best player was the punter. Like, literally, they're waiting the entire time on offense just to get to the punt, because he dominated that. He was literally, for those, like he said, those 10 seconds, he was a dominant player. And we're seeing him kick the ball out of bounds with these different spins, and kept him getting the ball out on the 2-3 yard line, 4 yard line. That's it. That is a weapon. And then they kind of went through the whole, him and Caleb having that banter, saying, "Hey, I'm glad we picked you. Welcome to Chicago, but we're not going to punt a lot." So I think that arrogance, because that's not confidence, arrogant, might be okay though, as long as you can back it up. That's going to be a lot of things that's going to go with Caleb. If he could back up with the things that he's saying, and this city will be his oyster. He's has an opportunity to really do those things. As far as the game went, they really showed a few other things. Austin Reed showed the defense had just being dominant all the time. All those things were really cool. I think then we kind of focused on just a few stars, but it was focused on a lot of entertaining things that were going on. I think, was it Austin Reed, who is the 4th rookie quarterback who signed for a $5,000 signing bonus. And you think how big of a difference that is from the $25 million that Caleb Williams signed for, a $5,000 signing bonus. and him singing, the whole team gets behind him. I thought that was so awesome. No matter if it was Keisha Cole or not, he was singing about, but everybody was all up there and enjoying it. That was a really cool team moment that we saw for this Hard Knocks. Then you also got a little bit of Kevin Warren talking about his stadium, which I thought we were going to get a lot more, and they really kind of stayed away from it. They gave us a little outline of what he's trying to work on, actually the look of the stadium that they for the drawings and everything, and that was really it. And they focused more on Poles doing his job, trying to figure out who's going to trade for, what he's going to offer, what's the contract going to look like, him updating Kevin Warren on what's going on, all those things. But it was just a phenomenal overall episode. And I enjoyed seeing the possibilities. But there's one thing I kind of wanted to talk about. So we're all so enthralled with what's going on in Chicago, with how good Caleb Williams looked after that third 3-and-out, that we forgot that there were still 3 3-and-outs. And not that that's a problem with Caleb Williams. I think that the issue is that we need to maybe look at our expectations and temper them a little bit. He's not going to walk in and be Patrick Mahomes. So they keep on talking about Patrick Mahomes. He's not going to walk in being that. He's going to be he's going to be Caleb Williams, but he's going to be a rookie. So it's going to take him a little time. He's going to make some mistakes. He's going to not get the ball out fast enough sometimes. You know, I don't know why we're so much looking into him being this unbelievable rookie quarterback instead of just thinking he's a rookie quarterback who has unbelievable talent and that we're only going to go as far as he goes, but he's not a savior. He's not that yet. Let him grow into it and let's see what he ends up being. We've definitely done the right thing about putting a lot of talent around him. I enjoy seeing what Caleb can be, but I don't want to put this unnecessary pressure on him, saying that he's going to be something other than what it is. You know, he might be the most talented guy to come out of the draft. Jaden Daniels might be the most talented guy to come out of the draft. So we just need to kind of calm down on it, see what he becomes before we just automatically want to make him an all-pro, throw him in the Hall of Fame and all those things. Let him grow into what it is. Grant Hill says, pump the damn brakes on this hype train. Kinda, yeah. I don't want to. I know we've been hurt a lot. You know, we haven't done exactly what we need to do with Justin. We didn't give him the tools necessary. You know, Justin probably needed to sit up the full year. He needed to have an upgrade in talent around him, and he needed an offensive line that was going to block for him or understood how to block for him. That's what he needed. He never got those things here. All right. So we can't be mad at Justin for what happened here. Caleb Williams has now gotten all the talent around. He's not sitting, but he's also, you know, has some real good talent on offensive line. As long as if they're all healthy, I think we have a good season. But has less to do with Caleb not being a rookie and the offensive line being there for a while. So he's going to be who he is. He's still going to be a rookie. He's still going to make some mistakes. He's still going to, you know, have some ups and downs. I don't want everyone to jump on him when he makes mistakes. I also don't want everyone to just say he's the next coming of Jesus Christ just because he threw a touchdown or he ran for a touchdown, looked good for one of the plays. You know, I just calmed everything down. So they did the same thing with Justin. He is it. He's number one in our hearts. He's going to win MVP. And he really needed another year to kind of see. And I also don't like the people that are trying to push down Justin. I think Justin's going to end up being fine in Pittsburgh. We'll all see those things together. You know, just not my prognosticating. It's more about, I think he's an unbelievable leader and that team's going to fight for him. And we're going to see by the end of the season that you can win with either one. But we have Caleb and I'm going to focus on that. And I'm fine with that. But let's just calm down on trying to make him Mr. Everything. And let's just be honest about what's going to be. Yannick asked, Grant Hill asks, is Yannick returning? I think that he is. They have a number out there for him, and he doesn't have to kind of answer that until after this third preseason game because they're not going to want him to play right now. So if they can't get a deal done, then possibly Giannis is like the last thing, the last straw. They have $21 million that they saved from the DJ Moore deal. So they can spend this $21 million in any way they want. They can even go re-sign Kyler Gordon and Tevin Jenkins. They can go get a defensive end. They could pay good money for someone to come out. They have a lot of options, really. We've talked about some of the options. You can go to the Jets and could go get Hassan Reddick. You could pay that money if they wanted to. As long as it's not going to hurt too much for draft currency. So if Hassan Reddick, if I'm gonna pay him, I'm not probably paying him more than if I could pay him $25 million, I'm not giving more than a 4th or 5th round pick for him. So those are just options that we have, and I think they're going to try to go through all those options before they go to Yannick. What up, Anzo? Rain Hill says, "Are you concerned with Nate Davis?" I'm not concerned with Nate Davis. You know why? Because he's going to be on the damn team no matter what, and I think he will probably start because there's no other option. But they need to go out and get some backups. That they have some guards that are already there. I still think they need to go get something that could solidify, because if they lose Shelton, now we're back at the same thing we were in last year. And that really hurt Justin last year. Like, if you guys go back and see the beginning of the season, without Tevin Jenkins, the offensive line was in shambles. We had a terrible center. We had a replacement level left guard and right guard because of the Nate Davis problem. So they were awful up the middle. And that really hurt Justin because every time he was getting pressure right in his face immediately. We don't want the same problem to come with Caleb Williams this year. So we do need to figure out something with this offensive line, and they need to be practicing the entire time together. Something I heard today when I was listening to Kyle Long was said that 2013 season they're the second best offense in the entire league. They're able to have the same starting 5 offensive linemen the entire season. And when you're able to say that, a lot of times you have an amazing season because the camaraderie, they understand how to play together. That's like the luckiest thing you could ever have. I don't think that's going to happen this year, the type of guys they have, but that means you need to have someone there to back them up. I would love to see the Bears sign Connor Williams. I would rather take Yannick Ngakoue and Connor Williams into the season with some left tackle that's old and whatever, and go into the season with that, then sign Reddick and have that same offensive line from as far as we go with center and guard. I would rather it be anything else. So that's just me. If you had to pick, what would we do at the end? I would wait till a trade piece came. It made sense. I think as long as in the first game you see that there's not a problem playing what we have already, if Walker could do what he's doing, Austin Booker could do what he's doing, and that's strong enough, then I will just leave it and wait till the season till I could find the guy I want. And maybe Hassan has to play 2 or 3 games, and then maybe I could get him for a lower price. That's what I would want to do. But I would rather have Connor Williams, who could play guard or center. That was Pro Bowl level center too. So having a young center there too would probably be my preference. But I guess we'll just have to see overall what they end up doing. But that's what I would go for. I wonder what you guys think about left tackle. So it looked like we did a really good job blocking out on the edges. It wasn't as problematic as we kind of kept on trying to make it out to be. And do you think we need to go into camp with another left tackle? I think we should have a veteran that doesn't need to play. But I want to know what you guys think. And then who will be a good fit? Because I have my own idea. My first pick would be David Bakhtiari. I would love him to be on this team going to destroy Green Bay, personally. I think Bakhtiari could still play when he's not injured. You don't have to depend on him. But if you get him for the right price, 32 years old, I think that will be a very good one if anything happens to Braxton Jones. But right now he's when he's healthy, he was always an amazing left tackle. And if you get him, he could sit on the bench because he's not signing with any other team. He can just sit there. So if you could do that, that would be amazing. Say Braxton is coming into his own. I agree. I think Braxton is doing fine. I'm concerned overall with his health, because if we lose him, what happens? Do you want to put Larry Borum at left tackle when you have this star quarterback right now? I wouldn't feel comfortable having Borum being anything but like a swing right tackle, not even a real swing tackle, just being a right tackle, and then us having a decent backup left tackle that could do it. Bakhtiari, I think, will fill that void and be exactly what we really need. I like to see that overall. All right, so as I said, that this episode of Hard Knocks was amazing. By far my favorite episode that we've seen this season. I'm looking forward to episode 4. I'm realizing that the preseason is actually ending so super quickly. And then this next episode is probably not going to be as interesting as we saw in this episode because they're not going to have a game that they're coming off of or trying to get ready for. Though they're playing the Super Bowl champions, Kansas City Chiefs, no one in Kansas City is going to play. Caleb's always been told that he's not going to play. None of the starters are going to play. So this third game on Thursday, it's not going to be filled with any season interest. All this will be about people trying to make the team, and sometimes that can be interesting, and sometimes it's not. So I'm interested to see what happens, but I don't think this is going to be a great episode. 4th episode, I believe the 5th episode, the last one, will be amazing. But I think this is one of the best episodes I've seen of Hard Knocks in a long time. And I'm glad it was here. I'm glad it was on time. And I'm glad everything kind of worked out really well. And we'll see what next week holds for us. All right, guys, that's my little review of Hard Knocks episode 3. Kind of recapped everything, talk about what's coming forward. I hope you guys really get a chance to kind of watch the Thursday preseason game for the week 4, or week 3, I guess, for the preseason, the last week, and then we're gonna have all this time off before we have Bears football. Hope you guys check it out, and then we'll talk about that next Tuesday and break down episode 4 and get ready for the season because the season is right around the corner. Make sure we're preparing for everything. Make sure you got your tickets and what the weeks you're going to go out and go see this beautiful Bears team. And we'll see you here next week talking about episode 5. We'll see you on Sunday on the Morning Spike, and then we can see you tomorrow on Dynasty Pylon, where we'll be doing the video again, talking about the video, talking about hashtag defense on the video. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next week. Appreciate you guys. Later.
We the Bears, monsters of the Midway, knocking teams out every Sunday. Fire in our eyes, can't stop our drive. Hit so hard, remind you of 85. We the Bears, monsters of the Midway, knocking teams out every Sunday. Fire in the eyes, can't stop our drive.